Hello everyone, Scratch Your Head here, and today I will talk about the motion category. This is episode 2 of the Scratch FUNdementals series. This series is structured in layers, where lessons are built upon each other, so make sure to watch episode 1 if you haven't already. Today we'll start with the motion category, and start using more combinations of blocks as the series progresses. I'll go over the blocks one by one and go over what it does, as well as extra information. Enjoy! Let's get started. The first block we have right here is move 10 steps. Move 10 steps is really simple because all it does is just move your character. So if I click this, then the cat, which is right over here, moves 10 steps. Right now 10 steps seems to be a little too little, so why don't we increase the number so you can see it better. There we go. So moving 30 steps makes it move right, while if you move negative 30 steps, you'll move backward. You can set this to any number you like, so if you set it to a high number, you're going to move really fast, basically teleporting. Boom, boom. Let's try the other way. And if you want to go really high, you can teleport across the entire screen. So let's try to go back to the original position. There we go. Close enough. All right, the next step is turn. Turn is a rotation-based movement. So you can rotate in a specific amount of degrees. There are 360 degrees in a circle, and so you can rotate a certain amount. You can rotate. This is clockwise. Right now, I'm rotating clockwise. And you can rotate any amount, and see if I rotate 360 degrees, it doesn't do anything because I'm rotating right back to my original position. But if I rotate 180, which is half, then I basically rotate right the other way. And here's the other block. Turn counterclockwise 15 degrees. Now if I do this, I rotate the other way. But a cool thing is that you can put negative numbers in your clockwise rotation and counterclockwise rotation. So if you do negative when you're doing clockwise, you actually rotate counterclockwise. Like right here, 90, I'll rotate counterclockwise. And if I do negative 90 here, I can rotate clockwise. It's pretty cool. All right, the next block is go to random position. You can do go to random position, or if you have another sprite, let me create another sprite, such as choose a sprite. There's so many options. Let's do dog, okay? So there's go to random position, which chooses anywhere on the XY coordinate axis, which is the horizontal and vertical positioning, and goes there. Random position is just a really good way if you just want to have like maybe teleport to a random position, or if you want to have like a computer moving around that you have to catch. But then there's also move to mouse pointer, which is good if you want to click. Since my code is over here, I can't really go there, but if I go and I click go while my mouse pointer is there, I can't really show it during the video because I'm clicking here, but if I click up here, then it will go up here. I can't go anywhere else because my code is right here. But we'll learn how to make that in the future. The final thing is go to dog 2. Now dog 2, he'll just go right onto the dog, which is pretty useful if you want to have two things teleport to each other or teleporting multiple places. Here's the next one, go to. Now here's X and Y positioning. So X is the horizontal positioning and Y is the vertical positioning. 0, 0 is the middle of the map. First, let's delete the dog. He's coming in the way. And let's try it. So the X and Y positioning at 0, 0 is the middle. Now, if you go negative X, then you'll start going towards the left. If you go positive X, then you'll go to the right. If you go vertical Y, then you go up. And if you go negative Y, then you go down. So if I try doing 100, 100, you should teleport around here. And if we go maybe negative 100, 100, then he'll teleport back here. And there's 250 pixels on the screen. If you add that up, that basically means 500 because 0's at the middle, negative 250 on the left, and positive 250 on the right. It's the same for the y-axis as well. So if you do positive 250 here on the y, you'll go to the top. And if you do negative 250, then you can go to the bottom. Pretty simple. All right, the next block, glide. Now let's bring that dog back. We've got the dog back, and we'll use the glide block. Glide. Now glide allows you to set you can glide to a random position, of course. And instead of just immediately teleporting, you can have a more smooth transition. So if you go glide 1 second, he'll glide to a random position. You can also have glide to mouse pointer. So if I do 3 seconds, go a bit more slowly, and he'll teleport to where my mouse once was. The faster you make it, the less smooth it will be. If I try setting this back to random, wow, that was fast. And the final one's to the dog, so you can make it quick, or you can make it really slow. Cool, we're moving on. The next one is glide, and this time you can go to a certain position. A lot of these things are quite similar, but there's some things that can make quite a difference. Like this one, you can teleport to any Y coordinate, but instead of teleporting immediately, you can actually also go and have a delay. There's purposes for both of them, and both of them have their uses. So if at the beginning of the project you want to teleport him somewhere, and then during the project, you could move the cat wherever you want with a more smooth transition. So both of them have their uses. Let's keep moving on. The next one is point in direction 90. Now point in direction 90, it's also just like the degree, and this time they actually give you a circle to play with. The cat, who we've chosen right now, will point in the direction that you show, and it's straightforward. Whichever way the arrow is facing is the way the cat will face. So if I do here and I click, then the cat's going to face in the direction I showed. If I write 90, which is a quarter of the circle, then the cat will face back to straight. And if I do 90 backward, then he'll face upside down. The next block is change x by 10. Change x by 10 basically does what we could do with go to or glide. Instead, you can move it a certain horizontal direction as much as you like. This is similar to change steps, except they have some big differences. Move 10 steps is a bit different from change x by 10 because when you move 10 steps, even though they look similar at first, both of them are moving it right by 10, moving 10 steps is based off direction, while changing x by 10 always will change it horizontally. So let's try changing the rotation. If I make him rotate 90 degrees, so now he's facing down, and let's just teleport him back to 0, 0. If I do move 10 steps, he'll move downward, because he'll move in the direction he's facing. And if I change x by 10, even though he's facing downward, he'll still move right. And that's the main difference between the steps and the x. The next one is set x. Set x, you can set your x, but don't have to set your y. Set x is quite useful because you can set your x without having to set your y. So if you don't want to set both coordinates, you can just set one. If I want to keep my y the same, but if I want to change my x to -30, I can do so, but the y will stay the same. And it's the same for the y. It's just the other way around. Y will always change it up and down, even though steps will go in the specific direction. So if I'm facing backward, if I do steps, he'll move left. But if I'm doing change y, he'll always move up. And set y, you can change your y without having to set the x. Now, let's clean up the code. If you right click, then you have some options. You can undo, you can clean up blocks, add comments, which is good for understanding, and delete. Clean up, just put them all in order. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is start snapping blocks together to help make you understand if on edge bounce. So I'm going to do change x by 10, and let's make this guy face normally again. And let's just put the dog. You can also drag the character if you don't want to set the x. Let's put him in the corner. Change x by 10, if on edge bounce. So if I keep clicking this code, it won't do anything right now, because right now he's not touching the edge. But as he gets closer and closer to the edge, and bang, now he's flipped upside down. He's bounced. And now he'll start moving in the same direction because he's still changing x by 10. X by 10 means he's still moving right. So to make this code a little bit better, we could use move 10 steps. Move 10 steps means that if he's facing this way, let's speed him up a little bit. He'll move 10 steps because he's facing left. And then when he bumps, he'll face back. And now you can have a cat running across the screen in an infinite loop. Nice. All right, the next block is a bit complicated, but it's not too hard to understand once you use the rest of the motion blocks. Set rotation style. Now there are 3 different rotation styles. Left, right, don't rotate, and all around. Left, right, if you click this block, you have now changed the rotation style. Now, if you want him to face direction, he'll face only left or right. That was a problem that you might have been seeing earlier. When we bumped, he faced upside down. He didn't face left. Normally, you don't really want a cat walking upside down. So you would set the rotation style to left, right, because then when he's facing right, he'll face right. And this time, when he's facing left, he'll not face upside down. Instead, he'll be left, which is what we wanted. Now, all around, what it was set to as a default. Now, he'll face upside down and can rotate in any direction you wish. Here, left, right isn't that useful because he'll just face left or right. Even if it's at -15, he'll still only face left because that's more towards the left. Finally, we have 3 more blocks left. X position, Y position, and direction. Now these are circle blocks. This means that they aren't blocks themselves, but you can put them inside other blocks to make different things happen. So if I want to change X by 10, I could also do change X by direction. So since he's facing -15, he'll change his X by -15. Right now, you might not find that much use for it, but over time, you will realize that they're really, really useful. So if I want to change my Y by X position, then he will go right up to the top because my X is 103. So if I do 0, 0, what do you think is going to happen when I run this code? First, let's go to 0, 0, and let's see if you were right. Nothing happens. The reason why? Because your X is 0, so it won't change your Y. So it's kind of like an inverse control, which is pretty cool. And you can use these in many different ways. Direction, Y position, X position. The best thing about Scratch is you can combine many different things to have many different possibilities. That's the motion category. Hopefully, you understood all the blocks that are in the motion category, and you can start coding today. Motion is the first category available to you. All of it's pretty simple and gets your character moving from one place to another. When your character moves, you can get different things done, and that's the fundamentals of the motion category. You'll never ever not need motion blocks because motion blocks always get your character moving around. Even in an animation, you'll need to move things. In a sprite or a game, you'll need to move things. You'll always need to move things. And that's what makes the motion category so important. If you've already made a Scratch account, try it out. It'll be really fun. Thanks for watching. Make sure you watch the previous episode and the ones that are coming next in the series. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep receiving awesome educational content that makes you scratch your head.